introduce you to a young man that I have grown to know and love, Justice Hill. He's here with his family, and his family is supporting him. If you could stand up, Mr. Hill's, I think his mom and granddad are here, and cousins, so they're here from Columbia. But let me tell you, thank you so much. Let me tell you a little bit about this young man. I met him in May of 2017 when he applied for the Martin Luther King Jr. Oral Advocacy contest, and he blew us away. He's from Columbia, South Carolina, went to Heathwood Hall and graduated, and now he is a freshman at St. Louis University, and he just blew us all away. I mean, you will find out, he'll give a presentation a little bit later, but this session is for him to tell you all about himself, his background, and give some pointers as to how to get into oratorical contests and that kind of thing. But he is a dynamic young man. He was our regional champion for the National Bar Association advocacy competition, and then he went on to win the national title from all over the country. So he beat out persons in Chicago, New York, Texas, Los Angeles. He was #1. So it's a real treat for us today for you to hear him, and I'm going to bring him up right now, Mr. Justice Hill.
That's great, that's great. I'm truly blessed to be here at this Black History program. And one thing about being Black, you have to be proud as being a Black person. If we're Black and we're here to stay, can I get a round of applause for that? And now to begin, I'd like to begin with a call to action. So if all people that are able, please stand. Okay, the call to action is, now repeat after me. I have a voice for a reason.
I have a voice for a reason.
And that reason is to be heard.
And that reason is to be heard.
Because I have a voice, I have power.
I have power.
Every second, every minute, every hour, I can use my voice to change the world. Thank you. Give yourselves a round of applause. So I was always taught as a young man, in order to know where we are going, we must first know where we have been. I'd like to begin by speaking on the history of African American people. So to begin, I'd like to speak on Harriet Tubman. Harriet Tubman, as you all know, was one of the major leaders for the Underground Railroad, and she led many slaves to freedom. One of her key quotes was, "Every great dream begins with a dreamer." Always remember, you have within you the strength, the patience, and the passion to reach for the stars, to change the world. All the young people here today, you have the strength, the passion, and the patience to change the world. Next we have Sojourner Truth. She was another strong African American who changed the fate of African Americans. She has a quote that says, "That little man in black bears." He says, "Women can have as many rights as men." Now let me tell you, she gave this speech at the Women's Convention in Akron, Ohio. And during the time, African American women fought multiple battles. Women didn't receive that many rights, and African Americans received that many rights. So Sojourner Truth was fighting 2 battles. However, she overcame these. And she asked a question in front of a bunch of men. Where did your Christ come from? Where did your Christ come from? She said that Christ came from God and a woman. Man had nothing to do with it. So she was a very empowering person that we all continue to learn from. Next, we have 2 major African American people. Frederick Douglass. Frederick Douglass was an abolitionist who believed in the power of education. He knew that knowledge was power. During the times of slavery, the slave masters did not want the slaves to have an education, because if they had an education, they would no longer want to be slaves. They were viewed as a product or a commodity, but Frederick Douglass knew that we could break the chains of slavery if we received an education. One of his key quotes was, "If there is no struggle, then there is no progress." If there is no struggle, then there is no progress. So no matter what obstacles we face in this life, we can overcome those obstacles, because that will ultimately lead us to prosperity. Next, we have James Weldon Johnson. I'm pretty sure everyone knows that James Weldon Johnson was the author of the Negro National Anthem, "Lift Every Voice and Sing." He was also a strong civil rights activist. One of his key quotes was, "You are young, gifted, and black. We must begin to tell our young There's a world waiting for you. Yours is a quest that's just begun. This is only the beginning. You competing in this Black History Bowl is only the beginning to greatness to come. So keep it up. I am truly, truly proud of every young person here today for making your voice heard and increasing your education. So next, we have Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and President Barack Obama. As you all know, Dr. Martin Luther King was a major, profound leader in the civil rights movement. He ultimately led to the end of segregation. One of his key quotes was, "Freedom is never voluntarily given by the oppressor. It must be demanded by the oppressed." Dr. King challenged the view of the time of separate but equal that was ruling in Plessy v. Ferguson. He knew that separate was not equal, and he used his voice to encourage and empower the African American people around him to break the segregation. Next, we have Barack Obama. And Barack Obama was a living testament to the power of African American people. He went from the chains of slavery to the White House. He united this country while he was in office. One of his key quotes was, "There's not a liberal America and a conservative America. There's the United States of America. United we are and united we stand no matter what." So next I would like to show you a public speaking video of how profoundly these two men spoke. The first clip is Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
Some of these illegal injunctions. Maybe I can understand the denial of certain basic First Amendment privileges because they have committed themselves to that over that. But somewhere I read of the freedom of assembly. Somewhere I read of the freedom of speech. Somewhere I read of the freedom of press. Somewhere I read that the greatness of America is the right to protest far right. So that's because I say we aren't going to let it dog or water hoses turn us around. We aren't going to let any injunction turn us around. Well, I don't know what will happen now. We've got some difficult days ahead. But it really doesn't matter with me now. Because I've been to the mountaintop. Like anybody, I would like to live a long life. Longevity has its place. But I'm not concerned about that now. I just want to do God's will. And He's allowed me to go up to the mountain. And I've looked over. And I've seen the promised land. I may not get there with you. But I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land. So I'm happy tonight. I'm not worried about anything. I'm not fearing anything. My eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord.
As y'all can see, Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. gave a great speech. This speech was given before his death. April 3rd, 1968 was when the speech was given. The next day he passed away. But he profoundly spoke and encouraged the African Americans to keep on fighting. The next video that I have is of President Barack Obama. And it's a compilation of many of his best speeches.
did it because you understand the enormity of the task that lies ahead.
But my main message is to the parents of Trayvon Martin. You know, if I had a son, he'd look like Trayvon. They had their entire lives ahead of them. Birthdays, graduations, weddings, kids of their own. Among the fallen were also teachers, men and women who devoted their lives to helping our children fulfill their dreams. So our hearts are broken today.
It's the idea held by generations of citizens who believe that America is a constant work in progress, who believe that loving this country requires more than singing its praises or avoiding uncomfortable truths. It requires the occasional disruption, the willingness to speak out for what is right, to shake up the status quo. That's America.
How sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me.
Facts, evidence, reason, logic, an understanding of science. These are good things. These are qualities you want in people making policy. Black, white, Latino, Asian, Native American, young, old, gay, straight, men, women, folks with disabilities, all pledging allegiance under the same proud flag to this big, bold country that we love. That's what I see. That's the America I know. I do have one final ask of you as your president. The same thing I asked when you took a chance on me 8 years ago. I'm asking you to believe, not in my ability to bring about change, but in yours. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
There we go. So yes, we can. Yes, we can make our choices for a good African-American people today. As you all can see, President Obama was able to change his speech based on who he was around. So in the AME church, he sung Amazing Grace to relate to the crowd. As a good public speaker, you have to be able to relate to your crowd and know what your crowd is going to enjoy. So make your voice heard, let your light shine. One of my favorite poems of all time is a poem by Marianne Williamson entitled Our Deepest Fear. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There's nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we're liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. So I challenge each and every person here today to continue to let your light shine. If you let your light shine, if you let your light shine, if you let your light shine, those lights will combine and form a shimmering image of what letting your voice heard can do. Now I need 5 volunteers to come up here and tell me your favorite public speaker and why. Come on up.
My name is Amaya, and my favorite public speaker was Sojourner Truth because she got me here where I am today.
My name is Autumn Grace, and my favorite public speaker will be Martin Luther King because he stood strong on what he believed in, and he paved the way for us as African Americans and got us here today.
Give him a round of applause. Thank you guys. I too sing a hymn. send me to eat in the kitchen when company comes. But I laugh and eat well and grow strong. Tomorrow, I'll be at the table when company comes. And nobody will dare say to me, eat in the kitchen then. Besides, let's see how beautiful I am and be ashamed. I too sing America. As African Americans today, we have to continue to make our voices heard because we are here for a reason. We too sing America. Now, in regards to public speaking, there are 238 million people in the United States that fear public speaking. The fear of public speaking is known as glossophonia. Do we have any people in the crowd today that are afraid of public speaking? Okay, we're going to try to solve that today. Rosa Parks once said, I've learned over the years that when one's mind is made up, this diminishes fear. Knowing what must be done does away with fear. And it's sad but true today that as African Americans, many people view us as people that won't achieve excellence, that won't achieve greatness, but we know the truth. We know what is within us. Cogito ergo sum. This is a Latin phrase that translates to, I think, therefore I am. I think, therefore I am. We have to begin to think of greatness and excellence in our hearts because that is what's burning down in our souls. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. As a woman thinketh in her heart, so is she. And some further tips to overcome glossophobia. Meditation is a big one. Deep breathing. Listen to motivational songs. Prior to giving public speeches, I like to listen to many songs that are motivational, that will encourage me and inspire me to greatness. Practice, practice, practice. Practice is a major key when it comes to public speaking because the only place where success comes before work is in the dictionary. Okay? If you're gonna do a great presentation, you have to practice. And being nervous prior to giving a speech is normal. But with these tips, you can overcome that fear. And use your nervousness as positive energy. So tips for giving a speech. Confidence is key. When you step on the stage, you have to own the stage. Make sure that everyone knows why you're there. You're there for a reason. Boldness. Be bold. Stand tall and be bold. Preparation, preparation, preparation. That's another major key. In delivery, this is a big one. Delivery is more important than content. You can have the best speech written down, but if you don't present it in a great way, people won't hear your message. When you can have an okay speech and present it astoundingly, and people will fully hear you. Make your presence known. You are on this stage for a reason. Dress in business professional attire, engage the crowd, that's a big one, and don't stop speaking. If you're giving a speech that you memorize, don't stop speaking because nobody knows your speech but you, so continue to speak, even if you forget your words. Make your ancestors proud. Our ancestors fought for us to have the rights that we do today. They faced killing. If they were educated, most of them were killed. For us to be able to use our voices and have an education today, so we need to not let their efforts be in vain. And experience is the best teacher. I challenge every young person here today to get involved with public speaking. There are many oratorical contests that you can participate in. Optimus International has a good one. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Drum Major for Justice is a good one. The American Legion is a good one. Raise your hand in class. Get involved with performances because the more you public speak, the better you'll get at it. Jeremiah 29:11. This is my favorite scripture of all time. It states, for I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope in the future. So no matter what you're facing today, just know that it is all part of God's plan. And God will not lead you astray. What He is doing for you right now is for your better. And no matter what you're facing, you shall overcome. I challenge every person here today. You work. Work until your GPA sounds less like a grade point average and more like God's plan in action. All we have is faith. And I pray that we are able to step out daily, unafraid of becoming who we were created to be. Because you have a voice for a reason. And that reason is to be heard. Every second, every minute, every hour, you can use your voice to change the world. Therefore, the sky is not the limit. It is only the beginning. Lift off. Thank you so much. Any questions? Any questions? Representative Myers.
Can you tell us maybe how you
Okay, I have a question question was, how did I become interested in public speaking? Back in high school, I wasn't too interested in public speaking. My father kept encouraging me to be a public speaker, but I wasn't too sure about it. But then I participated in my first oratorical contest back in 9th grade. I ended up winning that one, and I realized, hey, I'm actually pretty good at this. So throughout high school, I just continued to participate and compete, and I got better and better. Ended up going to St. Louis for the Optimus International World Championships, and that's how I got a scholarship to go to college because of my public speaking. Then after that, I competed in Toronto at the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Drumming for Justice contest, and pretty much my father introduced me to the power behind my own voice. I didn't know it was within me, but like my father was the one who pretty much introduced me to public speaking and inspired me to continue with today. Any other questions? Yes, sir. Day-to-day, keep your confidence up? Okay, good question. So each and every day I wake up with the mindset to make my ancestors proud. No matter what I do, like in college, there's many obstacles that you face with like getting your education and whatnot, but I wake up with the mindset of the sky is not the limit, it's only the beginning. I wake up with a renewed mind, no matter what bad things happen the day before or any obstacles that I'm facing. I know that my faith is very strong. You know, Dr. King once said, faith is taking the first step without seeing the whole staircase. And that's pretty much how we approach life each and every day. It's like a chapter book that doesn't give you a summary before reading it. So each and every day I have faith, no matter what situation I'm going through, if there's a problem I'm facing, I always have faith that it's going to be for my betterment. So that's how I approach my day with faith. Yes, ma'am. Okay, so her question is regards to rendering. So, I mean, a lot of people who speak properly that are African American are oftentimes called Oreos or you're talking white. I don't agree with that. I feel that if you're educated, you're educated. So whenever you're speaking properly, just have power in speaking properly. Like in the workplace, the people that you're around are going to speak properly. So you have to relate to that environment. Don't hide your culture. Don't hide your culture, but like speaking properly, there's nothing wrong with speaking properly. So yeah. Any other questions? All right, well, thank you so much for this opportunity. And good luck to everyone in the Black History Bowl.
Give Justice a hand. Thank you so much. Give yourselves a hand. This has been a phenomenal day. All of these teams have studied and worked hard, and I have just been impressed and greatly appreciative of the teams and the coaches and all that have worked to make this day happen. It has been a great day of reflecting and thinking through all of the legacy and history that colors these great United States of America. How many of you glad to be here, glad to be alive? Lead us through this time period today. I am Dr. Keith McDaniel, a pastor of Macedonia Missionary Baptist Church right here in Spartanburg, and I will lead us through this time together. At this time, I would love to bring forward for remarks Dr. Carson. Let's give him a hand as he comes now. He is no stranger to us. He has led this university in so many different ways, and currently the interim director of African American Studies, Dr. Carson.
Thank you, Reverend Dr. McDaniel. Good afternoon, everyone. It is my happy task to welcome you to the University of South Carolina Upstate. This is really an extraordinary opportunity, and we're just so grateful to have all of you who've chosen to spend your Saturday with us in this very important exercise as we bring together these young people in these competitive teams during Black History Month. I'd like to thank Reverend Brock and that committee for thinking of us when asking for partners. We're just delighted to be able to open up our campus to you. So on behalf of our Chancellor, Brendan Kelly, the entire administration, faculty, staff, and student body, we extend to you a very hearty welcome. And don't let this be the last time, if this is your first time, visiting us. As many churches like to say, our doors swing on welcome hinges, so come on in the house and make yourselves right at home. It's also a happy occasion for me because I get to see so many of our former students and graduates who are working in the community nowadays, coaching, teaching, supporting, doing whatever it is that's necessary to give our young people a great start. So, teachers, coaches, pastors, whoever you are that's helping to make a real difference in these students' lives, we thank you so very much. So adults, let's see, I want you to do one last thing for me before I return to the back of the room, and that's let us stand and show these young people just how much we appreciate the effort that they are putting forward today in this Black History Month. There we go. Thank you so much. God bless.
Thank you so much. Is Pastor Workman here? Pastor Workman? All right, let's have a word of prayer. He was sent to do our invocation. Father, we thank you for your grace and your mercy, all that you continue to do in our lives. You are a mighty good God. Thank you for giving us this day, one we've never seen before. We pray your blessings. Thank you for these young minds. Thank you for those who have worked with them, those who have helped them prepare, gotten them to this day. We give you praise, honor, and glory. Through many dangers, toils, and snares we have already come. We pray that you continue to be the source of our peace, our joy, and our inspiration. In Christ's name we pray. Amen. Amen. All right, we are going to move forward now with these championship rounds. And what I want to do is to announce and introduce the teams for our junior division, and we're so happy to have them. As you hear your names, junior teams, if you would please stand and you all cheer them on. Delta Academy. That's right, remain standing. Fantastic Five, Mount Moriah. Golden Eagles, Mount Moriah. The Kraken, Team 2. The Kraken, Team 1. The Dreamers, Mount Moriah. Diversity, E.B. Todd. And Young Culture Rec mentees. All right, let's give them all a hand. These are our junior teams today. And they did such a phenomenal job that we actually ended up with a three-way tie. So we've got to figure out, you may take your seats, we've got to figure out which two teams will compete in the championship round. So as you hear your team's name, I want you to cheer them, celebrate with them, and then we'll give you 2 minutes, follow the instructions. We'll give you 2 minutes to give us one representative from your team. One representative from your team. And we will go through a series of, we have 10 questions. Is that how many we have? 10 questions. And the two teams that end up with the highest score will move forward to the championship round. Are we clear? E.B. Todd Diversity. Where's Diversity? Stand up, let's see that team. All right, y'all give them another hand. We need a representative. McCracken, Team 1. Where's McCracken, Team 1? All right, we need a representative from your team. And Delta Academy. We need a representative. Once you get your representative, you make your way to the stage. That is Diversity, McCracken Team 1, and Delta Academy. We're going to break the three-way tie. And as they're determining who those representatives will be, we ask that they make their way to the stage. And we want to hear from Wanda Owens Jackson at this time. Let's give her a hand as she comes to work.
Good afternoon. I am Wanda Owens Jackson, and I bring you greetings from Spartanburg School District 7 and our superintendent, Dr. Russell Booker, who is unable to join us today as he is attending a South Carolina School Boards Association conference. Nevertheless, I would like to commend every student here representing every district, every church, or every community organization for accepting the scholarly challenge of learning our history. You're all winners. I hope you enjoy the rest of the program.
Thank you. All right, Diversity, where's your representative? Come quickly. Diversity, McCracken Team 1, Delta Academy, your representatives, if you would come up on the stage. Coming up on the stage here. Let's give them each a hand as they come. We're going to receive some instruction of how this will work.
Okay, we're going to go ahead with the tiebreaker. We're not going to delay it, but the way we're going to do it is similar to the bonus round, so the participants know what I'm talking about when I say the bonus round. They all have an iPad and they will buzz in on the question. So the question will be read, they will buzz in. The judge also has an iPad that will tell them who buzzed in first. They will be recognized. If they get the answer correct, they get the point. Unlike the classroom where they were only competing against another team, it went to that team. If they got the answer wrong, we won't do that. It's just that question is gone. We're moving on to the next question. So basically, they buzz in. If the answer is right, you get the points. If the answer is wrong, we move on to the next question. And we'll do that for 10 questions, and after that, we'll tally up and see who the winner is.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Elena, and I will be the moderator for the tiebreaker today. So the first question is, what was the name of the film that was widely heralded as a catalyst for the rebirth of the Ku Klux Klan? The next question is, where was Kemet located? All right, next question. Where was Thurgood Marshall born?
Don't answer until you know, okay? That is correct.
In 2018, who was voted at Gallup's most admired man?
Delta Academy. Correct.
Which one of the composer/pianist Anthony Davis operas premiered in Philadelphia in 1985 and was performed by New York City Opera in 1986? Next question. Where was writer, director, and producer Spike Lee born? Who played professional baseball as the first woman pitcher from 1953 to 1955? Born on May 3rd, 1898 in Charleston, South Carolina, she was an educator and civil rights activist. She also worked with Thurgood Marshall to secure equal pay for Black teachers in the 1940s. Who is she? Who was known as America's leading radical? This is the last question. From Charleston, South Carolina, she was active with the American Negro Theater, earning a Tony Award nomination for one performance before turning to writing. Her noted works include the play Trouble in Mind and the young adult novel A Hero Ain't Nothing But a Sandwich. Who is she? And that's the end of this.
All right, while they're determining that, I have some gift cards here that we have an opportunity to win. And these are gift cards to Subway, Panera Bread. How many more gift cards to Panera Bread? That's the wrong card. All right. So here we go. I'll just call the first name that I see. I'll point to them. Where was Benedict College located? Where is it located? Right. That's right. Y'all give a hand. Welcome. All right, last one. This is to Subway. Who is the owner of Woodward Funeral Home? I gotta go the first hand I saw. Let's see.
K. Woodward.
All right, y'all give up. I've got more to go. Are we ready to announce? We ready to announce? All right. So just hit this check beside this check too. Is that a score? Okay. All right. Oh, so these are the two finalists, and we shall give way for our championship round. Number one, Delta Academy. And the second team, McCracken Team 1. All right, so if those teams would make their way to the stage, and we shall get the junior lineup started. Delta Academy, McCracken Team 1. Let's give them both a hand. We're ready.
Here are the questions for the junior championship. First question. What is the birth date of James Edward Calloway? Delta Academy.
August 22nd, 1940.
Next question, and this is for the bracket. In what 3 years was Harlem hit with race riots? For Delta Academy, what is an abolitionist? I'm sorry. So, all right. In what 3 years was Harlem hit with race riots? That's your question.
1935, 1943, and 1964.
Now, Delta, what is an abolitionist? All right, let's skip that question and go to the next. Delta Academy, who was the first African American to win an Academy Award?
Haiti McDaniel.
Hattie McDaniel.
For McCracken, the PGA was considered Caucasian only until which golfer joined?
Charles Silver.
For Delta, on October 16, 1859, a white visionary abolitionist named John Brown led a band of 21 men, 5 of whom were African American, on what expedition? For McCracken, key provisions of what federal legislation include equal employment opportunity, public accommodation, desegregation of public facilities, desegregation of public education, and voting rights?
Jim Crow laws.
Civil Rights Act of 1965.
For Delta Academy, ratified in 1870, what amendment to the U.S. Constitution forbids the federal government and and states from using a citizen's race, color, or previous status as a slave as a qualification for voting.
15th Amendment.
For McCracken, this educator established the Tuskegee Institute in Alabama. He also argued that the best way for African Americans to better themselves economically was to accept the separation of the races, at least for the foreseeable future.
Booker T. Washington.
For Delta Academy, who was the first African American of the modern era to become a Major League Baseball player?
Jackie Robinson.
For McCracken, what HBCU was founded on a 110-acre plantation in Columbia, South Carolina by the American Baptist Home Mission Society?
Benedict College.
And that is the end of the first round. We're ready for round two, and we'll begin with McCracken this time. Robert Henry Lawrence Jr. was the first African American to become what?
An astronaut.
So according to the judges, they're seeing two different monitors. What's here is not here. So still from McCracken. You're not counting. All right, so this is for McCracken. Dr. Carter G. Woodson is known as holding what title?
The father of Black history.
For Delta Academy, born in Bennettsville, South Carolina, she was an activist during the Civil Rights Movement and became the first African American woman to pass the bar exam in Mississippi. Who was she?
Maxine Waters.
Question is for McCracken. What was the all-black airborne unit of the United States Army during World War II?
Triple nickel.
For Delta Academy, what movement did Marcus Garvey believe to be the answer to the problems of Black Americans?
Back to Africa.
For McCracken, who is famous for his research on sickle cell anemia?
Dr. Rollins Klein.
For Delta Academy, what chapter in Deuteronomy speaks to the blessings and cursing of God's chosen people?
Chapter 28.
For McCracken, who served as a founding member of SNCC, SNCC, and was also a founding member of the Mississippi Freedom Democratic Party. Delta, you wish to answer?
Diana Nash. Diana Nash.
For Delta Academy, who was the first African American woman in the United States to receive a medical degree?
Jane Bowling.
For McCracken, an all-white jury acquitted J.W. Milan and Roy Bryant, for whose murder, although they later admitted to doing it.
Emmett Till.
For Delta Academy, born in Charleston, South Carolina, who is the African-American biologist and educator who pioneered many areas of physiology of development, including fertilization, cell division, and ultraviolet carcinogenic radiation effects on cells.
Ernest Everett Just.
End of round 2. All right, this is a tiebreaker question.
Okay.
This is the tiebreaker question. Tyra Banks obtained what degree from UCLA?
A certificate degree in business.
All right, let's give it up for Delta Academy. All right, you all can exit the stage. Let's give both of these singers a great hand. Now we're going to do, as they're transitioning, this is an exclusive drawing for the junior team. This prize is for a team fun package for 8 to Big Air Trampoline Park. 1 hour of Jump Plus pizza and soda. In order for you to win, your entire team must be present. 1 non-competing junior team and 1 non-competing senior team will in fact win. Seniors will do your drawing later. This is for the juniors right now. And drawing is Michelle Hunt. She is the Director of Community Engagement at Dennis. Let's give her a hand. She's drawing now.
The Dreamers. Bring us a deal.
All right, the Dreamers, come on forward. Let's get your... Where's your captain? Dreamers captain? You the captain. Where's the coach? Come on, coach. Y'all give her a hand. I'm going to give your prize to your coach. All right. Congratulations. They're going to take your picture. Awesome. Thank you. Let's give another hand. Very quick, they're going to take a quick picture with the winners. Quickly, and then we'll move forward. We're going to take it with who's up here. 10 seconds. Midnight train to Georgia is pulling off. 10. 9, 8, 7, 3, 2, 1. Amen. Come on, let's give a hand. Thank you. At this time, we wish to invite Attorney Rosalind Henderson Myers. She is our South Carolina representative. Let's give her a hand now as she comes.
Good afternoon. I tell you, it is so exciting to see so many people here today to come and celebrate Black History Month and this Black History Bowl that's been put on by the NAACP. And it's just so exciting to see so many of our young people here because, you know, they're learning, they're hearing about role models, and they have really put in a lot of hard work. And so I commend and I thank all of you parents who have allowed your children to participate in this competition today. Now, earlier you heard me talk a little bit about Justice Hill, and I want to give you a little more information about him and give you just a few tidbits. He's the son of Dr. Edward Hill Jr. and Miss Chandra Hill. He graduated from Heathwood Hall Episcopal School in Columbia this past spring. Now, throughout high school, he maintained a 4.0 GPA and was honored with the Heathwood Hall First Stone Award for his Christian attitude and his selfless conduct. Now, while he was at Heathwood, he was a student ambassador. He moderated a panel at Heathwood with the Honorable James Clyburn, our congressman. And then during his senior year at Heathwood, he participated in a lot of things. And I can tell you that Justice is an overall man. He's an athlete, he's a scholar, he's a public speaker. And so he's just got a lot of talents that he brings to the table. During his senior year, he was team captain of the Heathwood Hall basketball team. And throughout his high school basketball career, he was selected to the All-Region team, the All-State team, and the South Carolina Independent School Association All-Star team. Now that's quite an accomplishment. He was also honored with the Heathwood Hall Scholar Athlete Award for the years 2016, 2017, and 2018. Now, most recently, he was named the 2017 National Bar Association Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Major for Justice Oral Advocacy Competition winner. And that was held in Toronto, Canada. And he was the first South Carolinian to And since he graduated, he's a freshman now at St. Louis University. He's become involved in student government. He's a senator with the St. Louis University Black Student Alliance. He's a member of the African American Male Scholars Initiative, the Leadership for Social Change Learning Community, and he also played on the St. Louis University Club basketball program. And then to top all that off, he made the D's list this first semester in college. So that's another. So I ask you to stand on your feet and welcome Justice today. And before I do that, let me just tell you, I want to say to all the young people here, you have a role model here. You know, a lot of times we don't understand that we can achieve something. We don't think about how we can achieve something. It may not even come into our heads that, hey, I can do this, or hey, I can do that. This young man is someone who's standing before you, who is taking the time to come here today and be with you. I would encourage you young people, come up to him afterwards and just get to know him, because you never know how he might be able to help you with something that you might want to do in the future. So this is a golden opportunity for you to get to know this young man. Before I ask him to go forward with his presentation, we in the House of Representatives awarded him a resolution this past May, and it was voted upon and adopted by all of the members of the House of Representatives. And there's a picture of him that the Speaker has sent, and the Speaker has signed it, and so I want to present to Justice for your accomplishments, the Speaker from the House of Representatives. Undivided attention, and you are in for a treat.
Good afternoon. Family, friends, allow me to share with you where we go from here. April 4th, 2019 will mark the 51st anniversary of the assassination of the Dreamer. On the pulse of this day, we must ask ourselves, our country, and the entire African American community another rhetorical question. Where do we go from here? How far have we come from the balcony view of the Lorraine Motel on the corner of 450 Mulberry Streets in Memphis, Tennessee? From history, we know that on April 4th, 1968, the world became a very chaotic place as a result of the assassination of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Looking through our historical photo album, we cannot help but reflect on the chaotic scenes of this chaotic day. The 1960s Watts riots, the Rodney King riots, the assault and killing of Freddie Gray, the Ferguson riots, the mayhem of the Charlottesville riots, and the massacre of 9 African-American citizens at a Manual AME church having Bible study. Chaos. In the critical reflective writing, Where Do We Go From Here? Chaos or Community, published in 1967, Dr. Martin Luther King opens his physiological debates with this point. He says that the majority of white Americans consider themselves sincerely committed to justice for the Negro. They believe that American society is essentially hospitable to fair play and open to steady growth toward a middle-class utopia embodying racial harmony. Dr. King postulates that unfortunately, this is a fantasy of self-deception and confrontable vanity. He further imparts that the Black Power slogan did not spring to full growth from the heads of philosophical sins, but it was born from the wounds of despair and disappointment. One of the chief affirmations of the Black Power slogan was the call for the mobilization of political strength for Black people. Where is our dreamer? Where is our superhero? In 2008, we all thought that President Obama would be our new king. We all thought that the dream had been fulfilled. We all imagined President Obama to be our Luke Cage, the paradox to a superhero like Luke Cage, an indestructible black man, a bulletproof black man in the age of Trayvon Martin and Michael Brown. In 2019, home to both the movement of Black lives and a president who identifies white supremacists as fine people. The Black empowerment that Dr. King declared called for the effective challengings of racist narratives to be chopped down to a small burning bush. The chaos of our present time requires a clarion call for a tall cypress tree with extensive branches of justice. The "we shall overcome" theme is a fleeting thought, relegated to the unknown descriptor of "we might overcome possibly" or indefinitely. Malcolm X wrote us more than 50 years ago. This is the media, an irresponsible media. It'll make the criminal look like he's the victim and make the victim look like he's the criminal. If you aren't careful, this media will have you hating the people who are oppressed and loving the people who are doing the oppressing. Malcolm X described this sort of propaganda tactic as psychological warfare. In our present world of alternative facts and distasteful tweets, our community remains in a continuous cycle of chaos. Where is the beloved community? What can we do? Why not take our case to the United Nations and charge the United States with crimes against humanity, like some tried in the early stages of the Black Lives Matter movement? Why must we accept the idea of Black American disposability from a man in a suit whose name is synonymous with radical uplift, but whose actions question the very notion that Black lives matter? How can you be Black in America and not question the chaos, and not be outraged by the blatant discrimination, and not fear for the destiny of our community? There are two fundamental questions in this topic. How far have we come, and where do we go from here? It appears that we all got caught up in Dr. King's dream that we shall. We forgot about the most important element of his dream, fueled by the urgency of now. We cannot afford to lose another potential congressman, doctor, teacher, or military serviceman named mass school killing. We must be dedicated to ensuring that everyone gets to sit at the table and taste what real freedom is. Educational freedom, economic freedom, but most importantly, emotional freedom. According to Dr. King, human progress is neither automatic nor inevitable. Every step toward the goal of justice requires suffering, sacrifice, and struggle. As we watch and observe the actions of President Trump, all citizens should critically analyze the state of our democracy. As a young person trying to discover my purpose in the world and my future within the free world, the presidency of Donald Trump is a social media frenzy filled with conflicts and contradictions. We're seeing major concerns in global security, healthcare, public education, free press, civil rights, constitutionalism, border security, and government shutdown. I'm trying hard to make the distinction between facts and alternative facts. There is frustration all around. However, in spite of this, there's an old Negro spiritual that says, "Walk together, children. Don't you get weary." But there's a great camp meeting in the Promised Land. Now, we are a long way from the 1960s. However, I believe that Dr. Martin Luther King would have the same message for us today. Always keep moving forward, like the picket line so far away. Sometimes we'll walk fast, and sometimes we'll walk slow, but we will keep moving forward. Always, always, always. On occasion we will walk, or maybe even crawl, or even be pushed backward for a bit. But as long as we keep moving forward, as long as we don't stand still, as long as we continue to progress to our ultimate goal of justice, then one day we'll be able to truly join Dr. King and sing the words of the old Negro spiritual, "Free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, we are free at last." Thank you.
Let's give him another hand. As we're moving into our senior championship round, I want very quickly if Reverend Dallas Conyers could come forth to give some quick information concerning a careers conference that is coming up. Reverend Conyers.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Dr. McDaniel, and everybody who worked on this fabulous Spartanburg Branch Black History Bowl. Everybody who participated, you guys are awesome. Be proud of yourselves. Give yourself a round of applause. Parents, educators, participants, thank you. So quickly, on March 15th, 16th, and 17th, we will have an opportunity to amaze each other and ourselves about the possibilities of our futures. It is a career conference. A career is more than just a job, it is a life path. It is a series of jobs that you take to advance yourself and your skills and your desires for life. Everybody raise your hand if you've ever held a job. Raise your hand if you've ever held a job. Now raise your hand if you held a job that you hated? You do not want to be stuck in those jobs, right? Now raise your hand if you've never held a job and you have no idea what you're going to do with yourself. If you have raised your hand for the last 2 questions, you definitely need to be at this career conference. If you know anybody who would have raised their hand if they were here, they need to be at this career conference. Because let's make it clear. This doesn't even start on the 15th. This starts with right now. If you go to eventbrite.com, again, eventbrite.com, Dream Big Career Conference, you will find a list of tickets. The tickets are not just for the 15th, 16th, and 17th, although you should register for those. The first set of tickets that you can get is for the SIGGI 3. The SIGGI 3 is a career assessment survey. You take 4 modules and it will just spit out careers that are good for you. Things you didn't even think about, topics you didn't even know existed, possibilities. Then you have the opportunity to sign up for a one-on-one mock interview with an HR professional. By yourself, for free. Get the tickets, those are limited. Then you come into the conference and you have the person who analyzes the SIGGI 3 with you to tell you what you would be good at and how to get there. Then on the 16th, you have all day somebody speaking to you about arts entrepreneurship, somebody speaking to you about how the Lord will lead you to your career, somebody speaking to you about trade jobs, that's a multi-billion-dollar industry. And then on Sunday, you have a good word from the Lord. And that is just a microcosm because Dr. McDaniel is standing up and ready to take this mic back. So I need you to go on eventbrite.com, Dream Big Career Conference, and look at everything that is available, sign up, get your free tickets, and come on and enjoy. Thank you.
We're moving into our senior round of our competition. I want all of the seniors, as you hear your team name, if you would stand and let's celebrate with each of them. The Heritage Crusaders, Young Culture Rep Mentees, New Day, the Diverse Ones, Silver Hill Memorial United Methodist Church, Rise Above, Army of Change, B1, Black Dragon, Stronger Together, I Am My Ancestors' Wildest Dreams. Let's give each of these teams a hand. Phenomenal job today. You may be seated. So we're moving into our competition round. And these 2 teams both have a total of 285 points throughout the day. And both of these teams represent the same organization. I am my ancestors' wildest dreams. Mount Moriah. And B1, Mount Moriah. Why don't you all come forward, take your places on the stage. I saw Dr. Snoddy earlier. Is he still here? Dr. Snoddy, is he here? He stepped out. Also, as they are coming and getting themselves in place, I would ask if the judges and the moderators for this round, if you would also come and position yourselves and get ready for competition as well. I have a Jason's Deli $10 gift card to someone who can answer this question. Tony Fisher was the first African American to become police chief in what city? Over here. Let me come to her. Hey. I gotta go with the first person I saw in red right here. Let's see.
Martin Bird.
Awesome, great job. Ticket number 842208. Ticket number 842208. Ticket number 842208. Anybody have the ticket? All right, here's another question. First one that can answer this question. And this is to my discretion in terms of the right answer. You don't even know the question. Which slice of bread is better, whole wheat or white bread? Right here in the blue, let's see what you come up with. Don't be ashamed now. Wheat bread. That's right. Y'all give up. Y'all give a hand. Jason did it. All right. We still getting everybody in place. We're waiting on somebody. Okay. All right. Now I'll ask another question while we wait. Mary H. Wright Elementary School was named in honor of what longtime educator? Mary H. Wright. Yes, sir, with the shirt tied. Come on, get your car. That's right. This is the Subway. Eat fresh. Good job, sir. You sharp. I like that shirt tie. That's right. Who was the only NBA player to score 100 points in a single game? Right here. That's right, come on and get it. She got it. Jason Devlin. All right. Let's see. Everybody over 70. Stand to your feet, wave your hand. Over 70. Not 17. 70. Amen. I see we have one. How many people? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Amen. Listen, 6. Awesome. Awesome. Y'all keep over 70. 82. Lord have mercy. 82. Don't look older than 45. I've been good to you. All right. I know that's right. All right. Yes, sir. Okay. All right. Awesome. We running out. I got, how many is bad? I hate to keep the seniors standing. Lord have mercy. Shame on me. I'm going to give you this basket here. This is from Fine Life Coalition. Jada Atkins is the senior executive director. And we got a book here. How many people? We still got 3. Lord, y'all gonna have to do a runoff. Oh, he thought I was actually scared to say the room. He was ready to take off. All right, I have a book here, and whichever you would like to have it, 100 Faces of Art in Spartanburg. I think that'd be a great read. Anybody interested from our seniors? All right, now you would, yes sir. Awesome, y'all give him a hand. Thank you. Thank you, sir. All right, I believe we're ready. Let's give both of these teams a round of hands. They've done a great job. Championship round one. Question one, and we will begin with I am my ancestors' wildest dream. Question one, where was Malcolm X killed?
Audubon Ballroom, Manhattan.
For B1, with the 15th Amendment ratification in 1870, what did African Americans gain in the United States?
Voting rights.
For I am, how many times did Charles Sippert win the National Negro Open?
5.
B1, name this person.
Garrett Morgan.
For I am, name this person.
Bessie Blount.
For B1, in the poem, The Negro Speaks of Rivers, the author uses the images of 3 well-known rivers of Africa to connect with his American roots. Name 2.
Congo and Nile.
For I am, in the last line of the poem I Too by Langston Hughes, what does the author claim about his American identity?
I am America, or he too feels American.
For B1, one of the most decorated regiments in all of World War I, they were once stationed at Camp Wadsworth, located in Spartanburg, South Carolina.
The 369th Harlem Hellfighters.
For I am, what does felony disenfranchisement mean?
Once you get charged with a felony, you're excluded from your voting rights.
For B1, what is the difference between equity and equality?
Equity is giving everyone what they need to be successful. Equality is treating everyone the same.
That completes round 1. Round 2, we'll begin with B1. Explain the Emancipation Proclamation.
An executive order by President Lincoln declaring that all slaves are free.
versus Board of Education such an important court case?
It states that under separate but equal rights, the schools can be segregated. Under separate but equal, schools can be segregated.
For B1, Winston Wingo is internationally recognized in what two areas?
Painting and sculpture.
For I am, what were Jim Crow laws?
They made segregation legal.
For B1, what does C-O-R-E or CORE mean?
Congress of Racial Equality.
For I am, what happened in February 1861?
Seven states succeeded and started the Confederacy.
For B1, following the Civil War, African Americans were arrested and imprisoned in mass for extremely minor crimes. Name and explain two of them.
Vagrancy and loitering. Vagrancy is not having an established residence, and loitering is being in an area without an obvious reason.
For I am, Payne Institute, a historically black college, was moved and renamed what university?
Allen University.
For B1, name this person.
Elijah McCoy.
For I am, what is the name of the middle school on Church Street where Mr. Winston Wingo served as an art teacher?
Harvard Middle School.
All right, we're ready for the bonus round, and the procedure in this round is that I will read the question, and whoever buzzes in first gets to answer the question. We don't alternate. Answer immediately, no 10 seconds. Ready? Who were the Little Rock Nine?
They were a group of black students who went to Little Rock, Arkansas, and they helped to desegregate all white Central High School.
Bonus question number 2. Why is Plessy versus Ferguson such an important court case?
It made segregation legal, along as it's separate but equal.
questions ready, they get the buzzer. So what I'm going to do is stop the question at that point because there is a concern that one team is getting the buzzer and blocking another team and then waiting for the
Clarification.
So as the question is read, you can buzz in at any time, but I will stop the moderator from reading the rest of the question. So you have to answer at that point.
Are we ready? Next bonus question. Please name the 7 states.
I am
Georgia, South Carolina, Alabama, Mississippi, Texas, and Florida. And South Carolina, Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, Texas, Florida, and Tennessee.
Mississippi, Louisiana, Alabama, South Carolina, Texas, Florida, Georgia.
Next bonus question. Henry Aaron is best known for being what?
He beat Babe Ruth's record of most home runs.
Next bonus question. Dr. Ronald McNair was a black...
His space shuttle that Dr. McNair and 6 other astronauts were in exploded after takeoff in Cape Canaveral, Florida.
That completes the bonus round. Dr. McDaniel.
I come bearing gifts. This is the last drawing for today, and this will be for the non-competing senior team. And this is, again, an exclusive drawing for teams only during this championship round. This is the senior drawing, and this is for a fun package for 8 for Big Air Trampoline Park, plus 1 hour of junk, pizza, and soda. And let's see, Brother Mike, will you do the drawing? This is Marilyn Izzard. Is she in the room? Dr. Izzard, is she in the room? There she is. She's coming to do the drawing. Let's give her a hand as she comes down. Again, your entire team must be present in order for you to win. That's right. This is for the non-competing senior high team.
Stronger together.
All right, come on team, come forward. Let's see the team. Where's the team captain? Who's the captain? Where's the coach? Come on, coach. All right, I'm going to give you a prize to your coach. I hope you all enjoyed that. Congratulations. Congratulations. They're going to take your picture. come back, Doc, they gotta take your, they're gonna take your picture. Come on, Coach, you gotta get in the picture. You holding the tickets. Judges. Awesome. This has been a great time today. I want, while we're waiting for these results, I want all of our elected officials, if you're still here, if you would please stand so that we can recognize your presence, city, state, local. Amen. Let's give them all the hand. Thank you so much for all that you do in this community. All right, are we ready to announce? Okay, we're ready.
I am my ancestors' dream.
All right. Phenomenal. Great job. Let's give them a strong hand. They did a great job. Mama Ryan represented well with both teams. You all did a phenomenal job. Everybody give yourselves a hand. Thank you so much. We are moving forward now into our award ceremony. You all may come down from the stage. We celebrate with you. And we thank you for your achievement. If those who are responsible for making the presentations, if you would come forward, our award ceremony. And as you hear your name, if you would come forward so that we can present the awards both to our junior team as well as our senior team, their awards at this time. So if the winning team from the junior round, if they would come forth, and the winning team from the senior round, if you would remain. And if we would also, if you would be joined by Mitch Kennedy, City of Spartanburg Assistant Manager, Michelle Hunt, Denny's, Director of Community Engagement, Dr. Carlson, USC Upstate Interim Director of African American Studies, Reverend Milford Brock Sr., 2019 NAACP Black History Bowl Chairperson, President of the NAACP Attorney Michael Brown, Vice President of the NAACP Attorney Monia Abbasat, and Ruth Littlejohn City Council. If you would all come to be pictured and make the presentations now.
As much recognition as we recognize those who compete in athletics. So thank you all so very much from our branch. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if I have your attention, please. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. This event could not have been the success that it has been without the support and leadership of our leadership team. I'm asking them to drop whatever they're doing right now. Please come to the front to be recognized. Our leadership team, please come forward. Leadership team, 2019, please come forward. Hurry, 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 hurry. Please, leadership team, please come forward. Leadership team. Ladies and gentlemen, just a few of them, the others are diligently working. You know, my hat is off to them. Let's give them a hand clap of applause for a job well done. It's Mary J. Cooley. Appreciation for our guest speaker, Justice Hill. For each of the contestants, please, let's give them a hand of applause, each of our contestants, coaches. Thank each of you for all that you have done to help to make this day special. Our goal is to create an insatiable thirst for our youth that they may learn, enjoy learning, and yearn to learn. I see Michael Moulton. Please, Michael, come on up front, one of our key persons. You know, I cannot say enough about our sponsors, Sister Michelle Hunt with Dennis Corporation. Michelle, oh, there she go. All right. USCS, Dr. Carson, really rolled out the red carpet for us. Dr. Carson in the house. Miss Kennedy with the city. Miss Kennedy. Dr. Booker, who's not with us, but represented by Sister Owens. District 7 in the house. Again, we thank each of you for what you've done to make this day successful. And at this point, we're going to turn it over to, we'll be doing a presentation. All right, so closing remarks. My closing remarks would be this. Listen very clearly. Listen up, please. Listen very clearly. I want you to take this with you. Children are messages that we send into the future. Think about that for a minute. Children are messages that we send into the future. The question becomes, what messages are we sending? And because of each of you, the messages that have gone out over the last 3 or 4 months is that you are important, you are smart, you are intelligent. Now go forth and accomplish all that God has placed within you. Again, children are messages that we send into the future. Thank you so very much.